MSC Cruisecast is a Triple T production. Now, the Taste Try Travel team of Beth and Chris.
Hello, Chris.
Hello, Beth. Welcome, everybody. Sorry, I was trying to adjust my shirt, and I'm like,
last minute.
This is about to start. I need to adjust my shirt quick.
Welcome to the MSC Cruisecast with your Triple T team.
We have a regular YouTube channel where we do cruising, adventure.
Exactly.
And then on this podcast, the MSC podcast, we focus on MSC and the intricacies and
ins, outs, ups, downs, all of it.
Of MSC.
That's right. So thank you for joining us.
From wherever you're joining us
Wherever
Watching, you get your
listening.
favorite podcasts.
Yes.
Apple, Spotify.
I don't know anymore.
There's more, but
I don't know anymore.
Top of my head, I'm trying to wing it. It's not working out too well. I'm excited for today's podcast because last week, this is the two-parter. Last week we did the.
I hope you're all enjoying your coffee with us.
Yes, mine is Cafe Du Monde.
It says it on the
cup.
It says it on the back. It says it right there. There you go.
Oh, are they Cafe Du Monde?
And mine is
from New Orleans, which reminds me of one of our favorite channels, the Traveling Gilberts. If you guys have not gone over and watched the Traveling Gilberts, they host a Saturday night live show. It's so much fun.
Absolutely.
Just go over there if you're into cruising and just fun for an hour on Saturday night. It's a lot of fun.
Some great people. Yep.
I'm going to put their link down below there. Anyway, that was my Cafe Du Monde cup. What is your cup today,
My cup
Beth?
is the Atlantis. We got this cup when we lived in Florida, and we went to Nassau, Cape Canaveral, Nassau.
Oh, NASA.
So today is part 2 of our 2-part series. Woo-hoo.
Right. Last week we did the 10 worst.
10 MSC bottom 10.
The bottom 10.
Yeah, bottom 10.
This week we're going to do
the top 10. And if you have watched any of our stuff or listened to any of the podcasts for any amount of time, you're probably going to know 10 of these. Nothing will surprise you.
Maybe.
Probably.
I don't know.
Probably.
Before we get into that, though.
Yes.
I just want to go over a little bit from last week's show where we went over the 10 bottom 10. The bottom 10 of MSC. And I had a graphic for everybody watching on YouTube. It was on the bottom of the screen, and somebody pointed this out to me. One of our
I didn't proofread
followers. Oh goodness!
So we're bringing up the
number 9 was
little box.
Yep. And number 9 was app check-in security pick. The security pick. I misspelled that.
Security, yeah.
Security. That's how you pronounce it.
How many misspellings do you have on this?
Well, then you go up to number 6 and it said no West Coast cruising, and I spelled cruising phonetically.
You can't even.
Cruising.
Cruising.
Hooked on the Pahonics working for me.
That is a joke from a comedian a long time ago.
Brian Regan.
A long time ago.
Brian Regan. And then I went to number 5 because I wasn't happy with 2 out of the.
You have 3 misspellings.
5. I went to number 5 and put amount. This is what it said: an amount of announcements.
Instead of announcements.
I left the N out. The amount of announcements.
Do you have any more, or is it just 3?
Thank goodness I stopped right there.
You had just 3
with the spelling. Anyway,
right. Are we gonna do better this week? Have you proofed
I double checked it. I said I won my 3rd grade spelling bee.
Did you?
On the word beautiful.
Okay.
The other guy, the other kid in that class who was second, couldn't spell beautiful.
Well, you lost it somewhere along the way.
Left out the A or the U, and I was all puffing my chest out. Yeah. KAT. Thanks. Another Brian Regan joke.
All right.
Yes.
Let's do this list. The way we do it is we've kind of ranked them, and so we're going to start at the bottom of our top 10.
The bottom of the top 10. So it kind of goes good, better,
best,
incredible.
Yes.
So this is the least good.
The least good. But
really and truly, I'm going to put it up there. It is the creativity.
This is
really and truly, this probably would be number 1 on my list. And there's a reason that I stuck it at number 10.
Okay.
But anyway, go ahead. It's the creativity. Go ahead.
Well,
what does that encompass?
We really wanted to encompass the kind of the entertainment, the theater shows, the parties that they have. And I think top of that list for us is, of course, hashtag Steampunk Humpty Dumpty. And I'm wondering if anybody would even know who Humpty Dumpty is if we aren't constantly talking about him. We saw him in one show 2 years ago, and we have not seen him since.
He's the reason that I put him at number 10.
I think we love the creativity and the styles. I know some people aren't a fan of their theater shows, right? But they're different than all the other big 3 cruise lines, and they're unexpected. You just kind of have no idea what's going to happen. And
they're wild.
We love that. Yeah.
They're outlandish. They make no sense. They have inappropriate songs placed at inappropriate times. They have costumes that are garish and loud and in your face. And it is the greatest 45 minutes to an hour you'll spend on an MSC boat is in that theater. We've done just being wowed by the show that they put on.
We've done so many cruises, right? And so the kind of the just run of the mill, sing some songs from Broadway, whatever, doesn't thrill us too much. So when this came
they're
along,
nice. They're nice.
Okay. Yeah, they do a good job.
I don't want to poo-poo them.
But when we came across these,
MSC takes it to another level.
And the costumes, they put so much into these costumes. They're beautiful. We love the parties. One of the things of the parties is they kind of are very consistent. So the white party, when you go to Port Canaveral, there's going to be a space party. There's a tropical party. So they have these every single time, and they're really good parties. And
really good
quickly
parties.
Say we booked an 80s cruise on a princess cruise that was a 80s themed, and then not one time on the cruise was there an 80s party.
Yeah, and so I bought a members only jacket.
I know.
Just for that cruise,
we were so excited.
I could wear it, and
it just
there never was even an 80s night.
No.
Let alone 80s cruise.
So we love that those parties are so inclusive. Everyone goes to them. They are hyped and they're really good. And I think that all of that kind of together, that and kind of entertainment and kind of what you're going to find when you're on a ship makes our top 10 list.
And the reason that that's number 10 and not number 1 is because of Steampunk Humpty Dumpty, like I was saying.
Because we haven't seen him in a while.
Well, he's the greatest thing I've ever seen on a cruise ship.
Yes.
And since I have him at number 10, I can now put him as the official sponsor of our list.
Perfect. That way he can stay on there the whole time.
Exactly. So everybody watching on YouTube, I have have Steampunk Humpty Dumpty up on the screen, and he's going to stay up there the entire time to celebrate the top 10 list of MSC, because he's the king. And if you're the king of the top 10 and he's gonna be things on MSC.
I love it. If you're not familiar with who Steampunk Humpty Dumpty is, check out our YouTube channel and our Seashore from 2022 series, and you'll be able to actually see him and how much fun we had.
Mystic Forest.
Mystic Forest was the show.
Where a Kiss, a member of Kiss, got married, and a werewolf was like the officiant or something like that. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
So check out that video.
And then Woody from Toy Story came out and sang Hotel California.
Yeah, but in an Italian.
No, it wasn't Italian. It was like a Filipino accent. It was the greatest. It was the greatest thing I've ever seen. Anyway, all right, let's go to number 9.
Okay, the next one is going to be competitive pricing. So MSC's prices, now they're obviously a little bit higher now than they were, a couple of years ago coming out of pandemic, but they're still really good prices. And if you book like the drink package and the Wi-Fi package at the start when you're actually booking, you get, sometimes you can get it for $29 a day. By the time it adds up. You break that down to other companies or other cruises that they're like $60 a day for drinks. So I just think that you can experience more on MSC for less money. Prices everywhere are going like way up.
Exactly.
And MSC is too, but it's still, you can go for a good price.
It's one of the reasons that we went on MSC to begin with. Was we were like, oh my goodness, what a great deal.
It's almost free.
It's a great deal. Mm-hmm. And we went on it, and we were like, we love this. We love everything about MSC. So I think it's a great way it's a great reason for people to check it out.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's because you can get a really good deal on pretty much, which I don't want to give away something that's coming up, but at every level of what they offer, every room category and every experience category.
Well, and even when we talk about,
they're pretty good deals.
Yeah, when we're talking about like Yacht Club, for example, we've heard from so many of you guys that when you compare NCL Haven to Yacht Club is so much less to book it right out, and you get so much more. So I think that they're coming in underneath the competitors and they're working hard to get more people cruising on them, which I think is great. I do want to mention quickly though what just happened, and let me tell you, I want to tell you who told me this. Let me pull this up. Oh, Kevin Bateman, thank you so much. He had messaged me that said that there was a 40% discount on packages going on right now. I did receive an email as well to myself.
It starts this morning, right? It started today.
So if you have an MSC cruise coming up and you don't have any drink package, check out, hopefully, I don't know how long it's going to be, but hopefully if you hear this soon, check it out and see if that applies to your cruise, because we just bought a drink package and we got it 40% off.
And if you're checking this out a year from now, why did you wait
to watch?
Yes, come on.
But what's cool is I hardly ever see like that kind of discount on drinks. So I think that's really cool that they're kind of randomly doing that. So, all right, moving on to number 8.
Number 8 in our top 10.
What is number 8, Chris?
Number 8, a nimble company.
Ooh.
Because they're jumping, they're zigging and zagging.
That's right.
They're ducking and jiving.
Okay.
While other cruise lines are plodding along.
Yep, I agree.
Other cruise lines are like me in a marathon, just you're coming in last.
Kind of relying on the customers you have and putting...
Exactly. And MSC is that focused training trained Kenyan that wins all the time because he's so nimble.
That's right.
Listen, they are able to adjust and change the direction or implement ideas or
probably quicker than some of the larger cruise or the other cruise companies, I should say.
They're definitely, they're 100% quicker.
Yeah. I'm going to give you some quick examples. When MSC first came over here, the dining room food was not quite the same as it is now. They have changed that a little bit more to American style, which, you know, here or there for me. But, you know, they listened to what people were saying about the food, and they didn't want as many strange things, I guess. So they made more of them an American menu. Just recently, we've heard the mustard drill is changing, which we're going to experience when we go on the seashore coming up. So they have these things that they are continuing to adjust to American taste. We know the World America's coming out, and they've added more quick service. So they're listening to feedback, and they're able to make those changes quicker, I think, which is great.
Because they're family owned.
Yeah.
They don't have to go through a corporate structure.
Yep.
I mean, they
somewhat do, but
they do, but it doesn't have to then go to legal, and then legal will review it, and then they'll get an outside consulting firm to then check it over and check with how it plays in their demographic.
Yeah.
And then the finance people realize.
We get the point.
Yeah. And that's the plotting nature of corporate business. Yeah. And being family owned, you're able to fast track through many of those things.
Absolutely.
So I think that MSC is prone to maybe making mistakes because they can do it a little bit quicker, but they're also easier to correct anything that they think they might need to correct a lot quicker.
Yep.
So,
and we're seeing those on these ships that keep coming out for the American market. So, wrapping that up, number 7.
Oh my goodness, you just bunk.
That was it.
Let's go. All right, number 7.
Well, I think these tie just a little bit, but this was kind of one of mine.
Number 7 is the most exciting cruise line.
So MSC right now is really the only of the major cruise lines that
because you know what happens when.
Sorry, joke coming.
When you mention, Royal Caribbean.
What?
I just. Excuse me.
Did you fall asleep?
I'm so sorry. Whenever Royal Caribbean is mentioned, I immediately have an attack of sleep. I can't hold my eyes open and need my coffee.
Not really. Well, you have coffee. So yes, other cruise lines are coming out with new ships, which is definitely exciting. But I'm talking about like MSC as a whole is also coming out with really cool ships, and they're coming up with new destinations. They're moving more westerly. Galveston, they're already building that port, so they're working on moving there. There's already talks about coming on the West Coast. So you see this cruise line actually growing and making these changes, and I think that's why it's on my list. They're still building. They're still growing, expanding
in every area. And I just want to say that, this is really, I know it's kind of silly, but this is an exciting time to be a fan of MSC.
Absolutely.
It's the golden age of MSC. It really is.
That's us.
Because they're doing new things all through their company.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun to watch them and see what's happening. And like I said, it's just an exciting time for MSC. I mean,
I know. I love getting the emails that said MSC news, like breaking news, announcements, what's going on. So exactly. I love seeing those. So, and like I said, other cruise lines are doing some stuff, but none of them are MSC. How about that?
Right on. None of them are MSC. All right, number 6. Number 6, ships are beautiful.
Yeah, you know what? I think MS, like if you think of Italian, you think of, these ships are very Italian. They're beautiful ships. I mean, Seashore was the first one we were on. I mean, it's very yacht-like, right? So it has those nice streamline. There's lots of mirrors, yes.
Listen, I'm in agreement with you. It's very Italian. When I think of Italy, I think of kind of the design is a little forward.
Yep.
It's a little
clean.
It's exactly, but it's louder. It's a little more flashy.
Right.
And I think the ships are, but it's not done. I think of flashy just being jaded as the older Carnival ships. Like, Carnival's getting really nice with their ships too.
Right, but some of those,
they're older.
Do you remember that dining room that had like pink and black like pearls, but they're like these big like. Ooh.
I don't know if anybody's listening remembers like Circus from Las Vegas. Yeah. That's what I think of as older Carnival ships. Right. Just that. Here's what a 12-year-old might think is really fancy. Right. Circus. And
big colors. And
exactly. And it's definitely not like that. It's flashy, but in a more sophisticated way.
Yeah, they kind of look expensive,
Like a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
That's Italian.
Yeah.
A Ferrari.
Yeah. So,
a Maserati. Not a Fiat. Just gonna name not a Fiat.
No, not a Fiat. But even as we're, looking forward to the World America, there's still like bringing all the American taste and comfort. But I think there's still going to be that. I mean, definitely that touch of very forward design. I like that word. Very forward design.
Forward, yes. All right.
I like that.
That was the bottom top 5.
P.S.
What?
The other note I had was they do a better job of maintaining their older ships. The older ships look brand new. Their ships go into dry dock more often than other cruise lines as well.
I'm not trying to dump on Carnival.
That's okay. I'm just kidding.
I'm really not, because I enjoy Carnival. Yeah. But some of their older ships
look old.
They seriously need to figure out what's rusting those older ships.
Yeah.
There's rust at the bottom of some of those older ships. It's just, it makes you, when you walk up to the ship, go, oh, golly.
Yeah.
Oh. And MSC doesn't let that happen.
Well, and I think this plays into where MSC has a lot of money and puts their money into the ships to keep them looking really nice. That's one last thing I wanted to say about that one. So.
All right. So the bottom 5 of the top 10.
We're at the top 5.
I'm going back over them.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Number 10 was creativity. Wildly creative in everything they do.
Yes.
Competitive prices.
Yep.
They are...
Keeps us coming back.
Among the best deals in cruising.
Absolutely.
A nimble company, because they're family owned, they can change and adapt, implement pretty quickly. Most exciting cruise line. They are expanding in all areas
that
they're involved in.
Really all over the world,
Yeah. And the ships are beautiful. In a Lamborghini-ish
design forward.
Lamborghini-ish way. All right, number 5.
We're now in the top 5 of the top 5.
These are the ones that are really going to take you home.
Okay.
When you experience these top 5, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, why did I ever go on another cruise line? All right, number 5.
Something near and dear to our hearts that is very hard to find on cruise ships.
Coffee. MSC coffee is fantastic. I'm telling you that... I've said this before.
Yep.
Cruise line coffee,
except
for MSC, seems to be
a myth or
a mysterious
that's what I was looking for.
Recipe.
Right.
Like it was lost in the ages. Like back in Egyptians knew how to make coffee.
Yep.
And now cruise lines are trying and they have to figure it all out again.
Remember when we were on Celebrity?
It's either sludge or it's flavored water.
Yeah.
Well, it is flavored water, but I mean weekly flavored water.
When we were on Celebrity, the first cup of coffee was great.
Yep.
The next coffee was like, oh my gosh. Next one is great. And then the next 3 are like, oh, it's just not even worth it, you know? So
MSC consistent.
Very consistent. So we're talking like in the buffet, in the restaurants. Their coffee is wonderful. And of course, when we were in Yacht Club, it's still wonderful. All of it. Either get drip coffee or cappuccinos. Even if we had regular coffee, we would ask for a warm milk so that, you know, our coffee does, or warm cream, excuse me. They would warm the cream for us. And also MSC seems to understand cream for coffee. And we know, if you know, that's important to us. So I just think overall, so consistent. And that is it. And that's a big part of what we enjoy. So that's why it makes it on our top 5.
Well, if you don't enjoy coffee, get on board. Because I'm telling you, having a cup of coffee, a good cup of coffee, while you're looking at the ocean.
Gosh, I don't think anything beats that. Oh, something does beat that. But
no, it doesn't beat it.
There's
really
one thing that beats it.
No, I know what you're saying.
There's something else in your other hand.
Number 4. I know what you're going to say. Number 4, but I just have to say that coffee. That is my top experience on a cruise ship, is enjoying a cup of coffee, looking out on the ocean.
Yep.
Please come join me.
Exactly.
All right, number 4 that you're talking about. I know this is what you're talking about.
Well,
MSC pizza is freaking fantastic. MSC coffee is fantastic. MSC pizza is freaking fantastic. Freaking fantastic.
There are some cruise lines that have good pizza, but this, I think MSC is again consistently wonderful. Their dough has this beautiful like pull to it, but it's soft inside. They have nice thin crust, so it's not like a lot of crust, which Chris doesn't like. I don't know what the cheese blend they use, but it's so good. I look forward to go on MSC because I'm like, I know I'm going to gain like 5 pounds just eating pizza.
They're 4 cheese. Is it 4 cheese pizza?
Yeah, but it had like, do you like the ones with that little onion on it?
Well, like if roasted, they stuck onion on it, that would be great.
But I'm just saying, there's like roasted onion.
They're 4 cheese
just
pizza.
Just a 4 cheese, yeah.
The best pizza I've ever had in my entire life.
I know. Chris eats a lot of that.
It's so good. It has gorgonzola on it, so you get that little bitterness, little tiny bitterness in there. Then it's got the nice creamy mixture of the mozzarella, and I think they put like a
Parmesan. What else is?
Well, not Parmesan.
Oh,
that easily melted cheese that goes in fondue. What is that?
Oh,
what is that? I'm sorry, I put you on the cheese spot.
I don't know.
Come on,
ricotta?
You're the cheese expert.
No,
not ricotta. Blah.
I don't know what the 4th cheese is.
Ricotta's like dessert cheese. Put in desserts.
But also I kind of fell in love with the breakfast pizza. That was delicious. They have it in the mornings at the buffet. Yes. It had bacon and it had the cheese and it had an egg that wasn't completely cooked. So that the white was cooked, but the yolk wasn't.
Yeah, I wish they had that like all through the day. That was like, I would have that for lunch or dinner too.
I know.
And a snack and a late night snack.
Anyway.
And 11sies and take into your room and eat while you're half asleep.
We eat a lot of pizza. But expanded.
The other breakfast pizza, the Nutella or chocolate pizza.
Don't eat that. The Nutella, the Bananas Foster pizza.
Unless you want your kid to be so hyper that his head explodes.
Yeah, it's too much.
Oh my goodness, that's so sweet. Anyway, that's what I thought you were talking about.
No, to expand this just a little bit, it expands to their bread and their baked items. Obviously some things aren't to everyone's taste on the buffet, but there should be like no question about any of those things. Pizza, bread, baked items.
Right. Done.
Done.
So if you come at us with a question, Beth is going to have have your hide.
No.
There should be no question.
How are we doing on time? Do we need to speed this up?
No, we're doing really good.
Okay. So this is number 3.
Number 3 on our top 10 list.
By far, MSC has
the easy unlimited drink package.
Best drink package at sea. They are unlimited. No questions, no problems, no counting, nothing. Whatever you want, you got it. I mean, depending on, if it's in your package or not. The drink packages are not bad price. If you can get them on sale, like we just got ours, or if you get it at the beginning of your booking, you can save a lot of money. And there's no checks. I don't even think there's checks anywhere on MSC. They don't ask you to sign a check. And those bartenders are there and they just pump the drinks out. They just are there to make you happy and get you drunk.
Yes.
And I love that. It's so easy. It's great.
Yeah. And one of our triple T hacks that we like to tell people about is if you got the easy package
or easy plus package,
the easy plus package, not the
premier package.
The premier package.
Chris, you shouldn't try to give details.
Yeah,
just
I don't know the names of anything. The lowest one.
It's the middle one.
Second middle one.
The middle one. If you have the easy plus package, it only
the one that's below the premier but above the.
If you the easy plus only goes to $10, but if you make friends with your bartender and you're there often anyway, they get to know you. You just ask, hey, is there if there's a drink you want, they'll make it for you. Typically, so.
If you're friendly
price,
with them, they will.
They'll take care of you. Absolutely.
Don't just walk up and be like, hey, give me this.
Yeah. No.
They're going to look at it and go, sorry, you need to make friends with them.
Exactly.
Brighten up their day.
Yeah.
They'll make you a drink.
Absolutely. So, number 1, easiest cruise line for the drink packages.
That was
no
that
counts.
was not number 1.
No, I'm saying they are number 1 for the easiest drink packages. That's not number 1. That was 3. Sorry, I confused myself. All right. What is number 2?
Number 2, the different cruise tiers. Yep. And yes, I did check the spelling of tiers. It is spelled correctly.
So there's no cruise line out there that has the options that MSC has on almost all their ships. Yacht Club is not all of them, but so you can start out bottom at Bella, which we're not going to go into all the details of this, but you can go pretty darn cheap. So Bella, and then you can, if you want to go up to Fantastica, it includes something like a change and free continental breakfast, so a couple other little things. Yes.
Do you know what Bella is in
good
English?
No. Good. Basic.
Beautiful. Do you know what Fantastica is in English?
Fantastic.
Gorgeous.
Is it really?
No. I'm pretty sure it's fantastic.
I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
So
Fantastica is fantastic. Restaurante is a restaurant.
If you want to bump up a little bit to the Aurea, you get a little bit of special treatment. You get like a special little private area deck. You get some spas time. You get quick check-in. So that's kind of a little bit of elevated. And then you can go, of course, go all the way up to Yacht Club if the ship has a Yacht Club, which of course we're not going to even go into because it's a whole wormhole of how wonderful Yacht Club is.
Do you know what Aurea is in English?
What is it?
Flip-flops, which didn't make any sense to me.
Didn't know about
why
that.
They named their third level flip-flops.
What is Yacht Club?
Yacht
English?
Club.
Oh, stop.
Come on.
Don't
Everybody knows that.
No other cruise line has the range that MSC has. So you know what? If you want a quick getaway, just do something quick, cheap, Bella. If you want to experience, if you have a special like anniversary or celebration, go all the way up, or you can go somewhere in the middle. And that's fantastic. It really meets every budget. It
really does. And it all takes place on one ship.
One ship.
So pick your cruise, then pick your experience.
Exactly.
It is a fantastic way to cruise.
Is it Fantastica way to cruise?
Exactly. It is a fantastic way to cruise.
Yeah.
I think that, I don't know if people understand until they book it, how customizable it is as to what experience you want on the ship.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can just,
There's a lot.
I want it inside.
Yep.
I'm not going to be drinking a lot. So I don't want the drink package.
Not going to be on my phone. I don't need any of that. Just want to go basic.
You can get on there for
$200-$300 for a 7-night cruise.
Exactly. Yeah. And then if you want to buy a drink or you want a specialty coffee, you can get that. You're going to get some good I want a steak. And you spend a little bit of money there.
Build how you want. Yeah.
Exactly. Or you can get your nicer room at the Fantastica level.
Yep.
I want a little bit nicer room, but I don't want that stuff the
spa or anything like that.
I don't want that.
Right?
I don't want the drink package. Or you can get the nicer room and get the drink package, or you can upgrade and get a nicer area, a little private area, or you can go all the way and be pampered out of your pants.
But also there's the option of
which they give you a robe, so if you are pampered out of your pants,
at least you're covered.
You're covered up.
But also they have the bidding program too. So if you book one and you get the option of bidding up. And it may give some of you guys an option to experience Yacht Club where maybe you can't afford to just book it straight out. So that's pretty cool too. And I know some other cruise lines have that, but no cruise line has these options. Period.
Yeah, I think it's a great way for the Yacht Club because maybe you're not sure. I mean, we weren't sure what to expect on the Yacht Club. Yeah. So it's a great way to just start out and see what Yacht Club is like. See if it's something that you love, which you will. I'm just telling you, you will love Yacht Club.
And then, yes, absolutely.
So you can just bid lower, start lower and then bid on the Yacht Club.
Yeah. So if you want to book in advance, you can book something lower. And then, of course, you always bidding is a chance. You may not get it. But then if you've saved up some money, then maybe you can option to bid and go from there. So we love that. We love that. And we've done almost all of them. We haven't done Oria yet. That's coming, hopefully.
All right.
Number one
on our top 10 list. MSC's top 10. Number 1, Ocean Cay / oh, sorry. Hold on. Because number 1.
That's pathetic.
Ocean Cay / the MSC Foundation.
Absolutely. There's a couple reasons this one is number 1, at least for me. You can tell me yours. But no other cruise line puts hundreds of millions of dollars into preserving and building back the ocean life like MSC has. Ocean Cay is a marine reserve. It didn't just happen. They didn't just they buy this island in the marine reserve. They had to actually do a lot of work in order to get it to qualify as a marine reserve. And they care about the ocean and around it. So,
There's a fantastic documentary. It's called Building Paradise.
Yep.
It's free right now, I think, on Tubi. But it might change. I mean, those things change all the time. But go check that out. It's so amazing to see how they started from nothing, from a wasteland, literal dump in the middle of the ocean.
Exactly.
A literal dump.
So you watch that and
they just discarded everything.
Metal and
a manufacturing plant was just discarded in the middle of the ocean, and they started with that, and they built it out to enhance the marine ecosystem in that area while making an absolutely amazing
perfect island
tropical
experience
Caribbean experience for their guests. It's amazing.
And I was gonna say, if you haven't watched the documentary, it's really cool because the lagoon almost didn't happen.
Right. There was like
a truck or some massive piece of metal buried
front loader or
underneath, and they didn't know how. And
tractor.
There was something was under there, and they weren't sure if they were going to be able to get it out in time.
20-ton tractors. Yeah.
And they ended up doing it, and so we have the lagoon. But can you imagine MSC without, or the Ocean Cay without the island? Oh my God, what did I just say? The lagoon. Anyway, yeah, so it's like a great, perfect place to spend the day. Chris and I are not the type that we don't want to do water slides. We don't want to do a water park. We don't want to do a swim up, pool, swim up bar. That's not really like our vibe. So we just really love the, you just can go scatter wherever you want to go because there's all the different beaches. There's all the different, places you can go and different activities you can do. So it's just great. And I think that, I don't even know how much people are aware of how much MSC Foundation does. We have to do a podcast on that too sometime. Yeah. But just how committed this company is to making the world a little bit better. Lessening their footprint.
I was going to say, they realize that cruising does have an impact on
their
the
whole
environment.
world is in the ocean. Yeah.
So they want to make it less.
Yeah. Yeah.
They know that they are impacting.
Correct.
But switching to LNG for the cruise ships,
they're doing a lot of energy efficient.
Exactly.
things.
I don't want to go into that because I would speak off the top of my head and I don't know because we haven't done the
shore power, all that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's amazing that a company would put that so forward in their goals.
Exactly.
Because I'm going to take the chance. You poo-pooed other cruise lines. Now I'm going to.
Okay.
I don't see that in other cruise lines. No. And it makes me a little sad that, there are some that promote it a little bit more, but
not to the extent that
not to the extent. And they know the impact they're having with all of their, So to have a company go, we're making an impact. We need to figure out ways to reduce that.
Absolutely.
And promote a better marine environment.
Yeah.
So that they have the MSC Foundation, they put so much effort and money.
They put their money in where their mouth is.
Exactly. Is impressive.
Yeah. And we fell in love with the island the very first time we were there, and we continue to book cruises. You're like, why do you always cruise MSC? We just love Ocean Cay, and we're so excited to go on the seashore because we're spending 2 days there. And we're getting out on a boat, and we're going to go to the sandbar, and we're doing a shore excursion. The first time we've ever done that there. So I said this one time, but it's really the jewel in MSC's crown. It makes it over the top. Absolutely. So
it belongs at number 1. I said that Steampunk Humpty Dumpty belonged at number 1.
Yeah.
They might belong at number 2.
Steampunk Humpty Dumpty. Okay.
Or it could just be Ocean Cay / MSC Foundation / Steampunk Humpty Dumpty.
But that is our list. So is there anything that we missed? Is there anything else that you guys think should be on the top 10? I don't know.
Sound good?
That's what we have.
From Steampunk Humpty Dumpty, Beth and I, we say thank you for watching.
We have a fun podcast coming up next week. We will be on the cruise, but it's still going to come out, and it's just going to be Bruce Springsteen. What?
What does that have to do with MSC?
What?
Huh?
Tune in.
Yeah.
Again, thank you guys so much for taking the time and watching or listening. Please make sure you're subscribed. We have a great series coming up when we get back about the seashore.
Our lot video of fun series. Things, yes, we have planned. So look forward to that.
All right. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you in the next podcast.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.